and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002.
Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jefferson moving in motion left.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
This defense for the Vikings, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A big chunk on the ground.
What I continually hear from running backs and offensive linemen is how often they're actually getting together to watch film so they can get in sync with each other, understand blocking patterns better, how a running back likes to cut, what he wants to do. And, boy, it all came together on that one.
That's one where they watch it and say, hey, we did everything we were supposed to do right there.
That looked like the play we drew up and designed. And then we got to see it unfold in real time.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg, rolling to his right. And his throw is incomplete.
The Lions at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
From midfield, here's Rodgers.
That's caught. It's Sam Laporta.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This now a 3rd and 4.
18, Pioneer. Ready.
Back to throw. Staying on his feet. They'll roll him out right. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it. And they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
Well, that is incomplete.
The intended receiver there, Allen, but it's going to be 2nd down.
You talk about this Lions defense.
And this unit, very tough to throw against, currently 2nd best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
His way across the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's fourth down.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 33. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away.
Touchdown, Vikings! A great play there.
His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
But earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
The extra point up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit.
Now Rodgers.
That throw taken in by Jameson Williams.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Snap comes at 1. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw, it's Rodgers.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here comes the Lions punter now. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
It's Brian Branch with it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That one will be incomplete. He caught it but could not stay in bounds for the long connection.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
2nd and 10.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Stop low, 18. Ready.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Throw left side is intercepted. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
84 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Slot man moves right. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Addison will go in motion left.
They'll run on first down.
Woodward. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, They'll get to that end zone real fast.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They'll keep it on the ground. Woodward. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back.
And he'll take this one up to about the 23.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Rodgers going to throw.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Now they'll change things up.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Defensively, they were all over that. When he decided to keep it, there were a lot of eyes just darted on him.
I wonder if he followed the progressions properly there. I think maybe he really wanted to run with the football. Turned out not to be the correct decision.
And this one is right down the middle, and the lead stretches. 16-3 now.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Warriors 70. Hey, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Dragon 60. Go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Now Rodgers.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Stephanie. 60 average. 670 Timberwolves. Go Street. 79 Broncos. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Now back to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, their first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. 19 Lions. Cup 19. Cup 19.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. This is fielded at the 7. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's got this to Jefferson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Calling that a very strong gain of 24. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right up.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Lions have got it back to within a score.
And they can thank their defense for this one. They were set up with a short field following the turnover, but they took care of business as well, working their way down and finishing with a strong run into the end zone for their first touchdown of the game.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead will shrink to 6.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. They'll set up a throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They go play action here on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Woodward. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
The 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions are going to take over here up near the 40.
So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know what they've always said? I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Rodgers now to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Okay, ready?
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this 2nd half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Second and 14.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds his target, Allen.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the move to his left. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So after the sack, here's second and 14. They'll try the left side. Woodward. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
131 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. When you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll set up to throw. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Street, top below 18. Ready?
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is taken in at the 5. A big play there for Detroit. 56 yards.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw.
Hey, Crash. Mustang 19.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and making sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And they'll run again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. So a very strong first drive in the 2nd half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger. Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Second and 3. This is caught by Addison. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
On 1st down, Woodward. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
In motion right is Addison.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And now that'll kick out of bounds, and this is going to be spotted back at their own 30. Oh, man. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Vikings are right back in this football game. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught by Allen. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yards.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. The offense on 3rd down, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They're going to look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. CD, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. Wait a second. That's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't at all because you want that penalty. All right, they just picked up a 1st down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now. Now here's a pass on 1st down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Now Rodgers going to shift him around. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. That is caught. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
To throw is Rodgers. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3 and not giving up 6.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6.
Riley Patterson on. A lot of pressure on this kick.
This will get the lead up to 7.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position. But it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down.
Back to throw.
Finding Allen. Into space at the 45.
And finally down at the 36-yard line.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Now 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get him with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
And the crowd a major factor now. Here's 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
This ball intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Lions are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Charles, a heartbreaking way to lose this game. They got into position for that final play, had a decent look toward the end zone, but ultimately picked off, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, they gave themselves a great opportunity, didn't they? They'll replay that snap over and over. But sometimes you just have to give credit to the other side. Defense stood up in the final moment and came through with the interception.
So for the Lions, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6.
And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Thank you.